hopes are lifting beyond the haze and grime. Long live Macchio Blachio, Hawk, Thanes of Glycamash!
Long live Macchio Blathnor, Hark Thanes of Caldoran.
Long live Macchio Blathor, that shall be emperor in the future.
Not as great as Macchio Blachio, but still great!
Not as happy or fortunate as Macchio Blathnor, but as happy as a Hapabor.
Your descendants shall be emperors, though you won't be. So long live Macchio Blathor and Banghor.
Wait, Night Sisters, I need to know more. By my Ada's death, I know that I am Thanes of Glintamash. But how am I supposed to be the Thanes of Condorian? He lives, an astral being of peace, and be to the Emperor. Seems unreasonable? I don't believe it. And why do you come to me in this open space with this unnatural information? Tell me I order you.
He's almost done with dinner. Why have you left the cabin?
Did he ask for me?
He did. He has indeed.
Where I no longer going to kill him, he has put me in good honor, and I am liked by many people. I'm not going to throw this out so easily.
Were you consumed with the Force's promise? Like Hadwin chasing your vision in a Kyber crystal? Then why do you wake up so sick and pale because of what? Visions of the dark side, of regrets, heavier than the Star Destroyer? Or what are we going to do? From now, I will see your love in a different way, like the Jedi sees the will of the Force after a trial. Do you fear that path of action, or do you fear the consequences? Like a Sith fearing balance. Are afraid to act on what you want most. The Force is your life, and you are the master of your own destiny. Stop living like a coward, hiding in your fear, like a youngling who dreams of wielding a lightsaber but flinches at the first sign of training.
I will do what a man would do. Anything more than that, and I wouldn't be a man. May the Force be with you.
What kind of beast were you when you told me this? When you first said it, you were a man, and if you actually do it, you'd be more than a man. If you're going to do it, now is the perfect time. It almost seems like the timing's got more spooked than a womp rat in a rancor pit. I know very well what it means to be a youngling, but even if it was smiling at me, I would have smashed it over a rock if I promised. You have promised to kill a king. Now do so.
I have done it. Did you not hear the noise?
I heard the combos scream out and the Yamros cry. Did you say something?
When?
Just now.
As I came down?
Yes.
I have killed the Emperor, and the guilt fills me.
Try not to think about it.
But I cannot pronounce, may the Force be with you. I need a blessing. But the words were stuck in my throat.
Try not to think about it, or else it'll make us mad.
I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more, Macchio Blathior. End sleep, the innocent sheep. The Force allows for a peaceful rest, binding the fractured threads of worry to help people recover from the day."
What do you mean?
A voice cried, "Sleep no more," so the entire house can hear. Macchio Blathior has ended sleep. And that means Macchio Blathior won't ever sleep again.
Who did cry? My fantasy, you made yourself weak thinking about these things. Go wash yourself and clean yourself of his blood. Why do you bring these vibro daggers? They must stay here. Go give them to the guards and make sure you cover them in blood.
I'm not going. I'm too afraid to see what I've done.
You weakling. Give me that vibro daggers. The sleeping and the dead people are like pictures. Why do you fear them? If Duncan still bleeds, I'll cover his scars with blood.
Who's pounding at the hatch? And why does every noise scare me? Whose hands are these? They pull me out my own ocular implants. Will all the water from the Proteus Ocean wash off the blood from my hands? No, my hands would make the green oceans turn red.
My hands are also bloody, but I'd be more ashamed if I had a cowardly heart. There's a knocking at the front hatch. We must go back to our bunks. A little water will clean us of this act. Look, more knocking. Put on your night clothes so that when people call us for us, it won't look like we've been up all night.
The only way I can forget what I've done is to forget me. Wake Duncan Thorne with your knocking. I would if I could.
We could be in danger. We need to leave before we can deal with the grief.
We have no time to act on Ada's death.
What will you do? I cannot be sad right now. I'll go to Coruscant.
And I'll go to Skelly Michael. It'd be better for us if we separate. No one is safe. Anyone could try and kill us to be heir to the throne.
Let us go without saying goodbye to everyone. It'll be safer that way.
Didn't we just speak yesterday?
We did, my Emperor.
Have you considered what I have said? You know that it was Banquor who kept you tethered beneath the whims of fate. Not me. This I made good to you. When we last met, I showed you proof. How you were manipulated. How the odds were rigged. The tools you used, you wielded them every detail. Even a half-programmed protocol droid with scrambled logic could see it was Banquor who moved against you.
You did, my lord.
I did so, and more, which leads to our second meeting. Do you really forgive Banquor and not want revenge? Are you so deep in the Jedi code that you'd offer him a blessing for this so-called noble being and his line?
We are men, my lord.
Yes, you are men. As Carter Hounds, Bagats, Macebeths, Vorsets, and Shavanian Wolfmen are all dogs. But each one of these dogs are different. Some fast, some slow, strong, some ones who can track prey through the dunes of Tatooine. You can tell each dog apart from its skill. It is the same with men. Now, if you got some place in that hierarchy, some not scraping the bottom rung of sentient worth, speak up. But I have a mission for you. One that would eliminate your enemy, tie you to us in loyalty and blood, and restore our strength. His life poisons our existence, but in death we thrive.
I am a man, my Emperor. I've taken so many hits from the Karking universe. I don't even care what I do anymore, so long as it hits back.
I'm so sick of bad luck that I am willing to fix my life or end it at any cost.
Both of you know Banquor was your enemy?
Yes, my Emperor.
So he is also mine. So much that his living is a threat to me. Though I could just kill him myself. We both have mutual friends that I need. That is why I'm turning to you. I need this done clean, quiet, away from the eyes of the Hornet and prying ears of the Senate. The reasons are many and heavy.
We shall do what you tell us, my lord.
Through our lives.
I can see it. You've got you've got that fire in you. Within this hour, at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect of the time. The moment on it for it must be done tonight, and something from that place. Always thought that I require a clearness, and with him to leave no rubs or botches in the work. Flutterorn, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you again.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight, abide within. It is concluded. Banquo's soul flight. If it finds heaven, must find it out tonight.
Then stand with us. The dawn is breaking. Now spurs the late traveler apace to gain the timely end. Near approaches the subject of her watch.
Hark, I hear noises.
Oh, give us light then, ho!
Then, let's see, the rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually. So all my do. From here to the place gate, make them walk. A light, a light.
It is him.
Stand up, Tip.
It will rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery! Fly, good Flutterorn! Fly, fly! You must take your revenge! Go, Flutterorn!
Why, how now? Hector, you look angry.
I have not reason. Beldems are you? Saucy and overbold, how do you dare to trade with the traffic with macro bathos, in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of charms, too close contriver of all harms, I was left in the dark, denied of my part, denied of my glory, of the dark art, and which is worse, all you have done have been but wayward sons, spiteful, and selfish as any sits afloat. He loves for power, not for you. But make amends now. Go, get you gone, and in the pit of Akron meet me in the working morning. Whether we will come to you in his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. The night I'll spend until dismissal and the fatal end. There's work to be done, but the second moon reaches its end. I'll catch it eerie before it comes around, and that dispel my magic sights shall arise in artificial sprites, but as by the strength of the illusion shall draw him to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his own hopes above all wisdom, grace, and fear. All you know is secrecy and morals, cheer his enemy. Music is a song. Hark, I am called. My little spirit, see, sits in the room and stays for me.
Come, let us make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have hit your thoughts, which can be interpreted, Abba. Only I saw things have been strangely born. The gracious Dunkar of Oren. It was pitted out of Maxo Bathor. Mary, he was dead, and the right valiant Banquor walked too late. Whom you may say, if it pleases you, Fairthorn, killed, for Fairthorn fled. Man must not walk too late. Who doesn't want to think how much it was for Macarabarn and for Donald Bank to kill their gracious father? Damned fact. How it did grieve Mako Bathor. He did not straight in his pious rage to delinquent tear that were stinking in of currant ale and passed out in the spice fog. Wasn't that nobly done? Aye, and wise too, for he would have arranged had he Dunkervorn's sons under his key. Force forbid he ever did get that chance. They should find what or to kill a father. So should Thorthorn, but peace. For from bad words and cause failed his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macdarth lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncarvorin, from who this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the Coruscant court and received by the most pious Edward Devon with such grace that benevolence of fortune nothing takes from his respect. Thither Macdarth has gone to ask the Emperor of Consort for help in order to raise an army with seaward. That by the help of these, with him above to ratify work, we may again give our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all of which we struggle for now. And this report has so exasperated the Emperor that he prepares for some attempt at war.
Sent he to Macdarth?
He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," the cold, cloudy messenger turns back, and in hums as who should say, "You'll rue the time that clogs me with the answer."
And thou well might advise him to caution what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of Coruscant and unfold his message, ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers to him.
How now, do you secret Black Knight sisters? What are you doing?
A deed without name.
I conjure you by what you profess, how you come to know it. Answer me, even if you tear open the hyperspace winds and let them rage inside the Jedi temples. Through bladed corn, be loaded in trees, blow down, even if the rolling storms swallow trade routes whole. Even if harvest worlds are scorched in force, ripped from this soil. If towers crash into their defenders, if city spires and monuments crumble to bedrock, if the very lifeblood of the galaxy's creation is torn apart until reality itself recoils. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak,
Demand.
will answer. Say, if thou hast rather hear it from our mothers or from our masters.
Come, let me see them.
Poor and soba that has been eaten in the ninth furrow, grease that's sweaten from murder's great, and thrown into the flame. Come, our low, thyself in office deathly show.
Tell me, thou unknown powers.
He knows thy thought, hear its speech, but say thou not.
Beware, Macdarth, beware lest this be a fifard. Dismiss me now.
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution thanks. Thou hast heard my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macchio Black, Macchio Black, Macchio Black.
Had I 3 ears, I hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and missive. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of women's born shall harm Macchio Black.
Then live, Macdoth. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of faith. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell a pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that arises in the issue of a king, and wears upon the baby's brow the round and a top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion melted proud, and take not care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish be until great Bernada would come to hide Dunsfer. Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the force to order the Worcestershire trees to rip their roots from Acacia soil? Sweet omens, yes. Rebellious dead, rise never till the wood of Bernard. Rise, and our high place, Macchio Blatho, shall live the least of nature. Pay his breath to time and mortal custom, yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell you so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know. Why sinks that cauldron? And what noise is this?
Show.
Show.
Show his eyes and his grief, his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art to the spirit of Banquo down. Thy crown dost shear my eyeballs, and thy hair, thou also golden brown brow. It's like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth, my eyes rebel. Will this cursed bloodline stretch on to the very end of time? Another still, a seventh, I'll look no further, and yet an eighth emerges, holding a hollow glass. It reflects too many things to count. Some wear twin circlets, other wields 3 scepters, symbols of vast domination. Horrible sight. Now I see, 'tis true, where the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for this.
Let us seek out some desolate shade and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men astride the ruins of fallen homeworld. Each new morn, new widow's howl, new orphan's cry, new sorrows strike the face, that it resounds as if it fell with Scotland, and yelled out like a symbol of a dollar.
Well, what I believe I'll wall, but no believe, and what I can redress. As I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well, he hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease the force.
I am not treacherous.
But Massio Blacknor is a good and virtuous nature may recoil. An imperial charge, but I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Jedis are fair, though I the fairest still fall. Through all things of the darkest side appear to be pleasant. This would be filled with lies and manipulation.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there were I do find my doubts. Why in the rainness like you, wife and child, those precious enemies, those strong knots of love, Without leave taking, I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country, great empire, lay thou bases sure. Forgiveness dare not check thee. Where thou wrongs, the title is aferred. Farewell thee, Lord. I will not be a dark lord, that thou ist for the whole space in that emperor's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and every new day is a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, as here from gracious Coruscant I have offer of godly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the emperor's head, or wear it on my lightsaber, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What shall be?
It is myself I mean, in whom I know all these particulars of vice so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Massio Blathnor will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Even the Sith Lords, the dark side, pale in comparison to absolute darkness of Macro Bathor embodies.
And grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. For there's no bottom, none in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust and desire. All content impedes what obear, that did oppose my will. Better Massio Blathnor than sexual terrain.
Boundless impertinence in nature is tyranny. It hath been thy ultimately emptying of the happy throne and fall of many emperors. But fear not yet to take upon what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in spacious plenty, and yet seem cold, the time you may so houndwhip. We have enough willing danes. There cannot be that vulture in your endeavor, so many as to greatness and dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affections the distinguishless utterance that, were I emperor, I should cut off the Jedis for their crystals, desire his jewels and this other's house, and my more having would just be a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should force quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more penetrous root than summer seeming lust. It has been the sword of our same emperors. Yet do not fear. Nabu hath poisons to fill up your will of your own. All these are portable with other gracious weight.
But I have none. The emperor becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, I had power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell. Uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
O Nabu, Nabu.
Is such a one fit to rule? Speak, I am as have spoken.
Fit to rule? No, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled emperor, blood sceptered. When shall thou see the wholesome days again? Since that the rearest issue of thy throne, by its own interdiction, stands a curse and does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal Ada was the most saintly emperor. The empress that bore thee, often upon her knees than her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils that repeatest themselves have banished me from Nabu. O my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macdarth, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath for my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to the good truth and honor. Devilish Massio Blathnor, by many of these trains hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulated haste. But the force deals between thee and me, from For even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here I abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself. For strangers to my nature, I am yet unknown to women, never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own, and no time by faith would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what am I truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before General Seaward, leading a 10,000 strong clone trooper army, already at a point was setting forth, and now we'll be together, and the chance of goodness will be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. See who comes here.
My countryman, but yet I know him.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome.
I know him now. Good God. Good God, sometimes it removes that. It means that makes us strangers.
Sir, may the fourth be with you.
What, that is my wife.
Why, well.
And my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their faces?
No, they were well and at peace when I did leave them.
Don't be stingy with your words. What's the situation?
When I came here to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows but were out, which was, to my belief, witness the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Naboo would create soldiers and make our women fight to doff their dire distress.
Be their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious Corsican hath lent us good seaward, and 10,000 men, an older and better soldier none than Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be hallowed out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The gentle cause, or is it the fee grief due to a single beast?
If it no mind that honest, but in the share some woe, through the main part pertains to you alone.
It be mine. Keep it from me. Quickly let me have it.
Not let your ears despise me, O my tongue forever, which shall possess them in the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess I
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babies have been savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner whereon the quarry of these murders dear to add the death of you.
O great forest, what man ne'er pulled your hat upon your brows? Give some words, that grief that does not speak. Whispers, O Erod, here and bids a beak.
My children too?
Wife, children, droids, all that could be found.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children, all my pretty ones. Did you say all? By the force, all? Or did you say all? May the force be with you, all. What all my pretty chickens, and they're damned at the one's fellow swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things that were the most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macbeth, they were all struck for thee. Know that I am, not for their own dermits, but for mine. Fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the great crystal that powers your saber. Let it grief convert to anger. Burn not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could have played a woman with my eyes and Rhaegar with my tongue, but good force, cut short all intermissions. From front to front, bring thou this friend of Nabu and myself, within my lightsaber's length, send him. If he escapes, may the force be on his side.
This tune goes many. Comes, so go we to the Emperor. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing, but our leave, Massio Blathnor, is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, that never finds.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still, they come. Our empire's strength will laugh at siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the eggs eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours? We might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backwards home. What was that noise?
It is the cry of women, my great Emperor.
I have almost forgotten the taste of fear. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek and to feel my hair. Would at a dismal trees rose and stir as life were in it. I am full of horrors, dearness familiar to my slaughter's thoughts, cannot once start me. Where did it come from?
The Empress, my lord, is dead.
She should have died the hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this pretty face from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death, extinguished, short, fleeting flame. The force is out of fleeting echo, a weak warrior who struggles in the galaxy for a brief time, then fades away, signifying nothing. What is the report? Quickly now.
May the force be with you, my lord. I should report what I saw, but know how to do it.
Speak!
As it did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnap, and thereon thought the woodlands began to move.
What? Why should I play the fool and die on mine own lightsaber? While I see lives, the gases do better upon them.
Turn around, you Cornelian hound.
Of all the men else I have avoided you. But you get back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my saber. You are terrible Sith that terms cannot give you out.
You have lost labor. As easy as you tried to cut the strong air, with your keen lightsaber impresses as make me bleed. Let fall your hot blade on vulnerable summits. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel that still has served tell them Macbeth was ripped from his mother's womb untimely.
A curse be thy tongue that tells me so, for it has covered my better part of man, and be these juggling fiends no more believe upon that mess. With us in a double sense that keeps the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I will fight you
Then yield ye tower, and let there be the show and watch over time. We'll have you as our rarer monster are, painted upon a pole and put it in written, here may ye see the emperor.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm Varan feet, and to be batted out with the mob's curse. Though burn and wood came to Duncanshire, and you, who oppose me, being of no woman born, yet I will try anyway. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, mark death. And the man to be the first who cries, hold enough!